So for my service learning project, I volunteered at a Precious Child in Broomfield. Throughout the experience, I learned how important the smallest things are and how they can be essential to survival even if people don't believe they are, to lead a healthy life. And I learned that everyone comes from somewhere different and develop in different environments. Every day that I was there organizing and hanging things needed in the store, I saw family after family come in and be grateful for anything they had, and consistently just full of joy and smiles. And it was just like the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like, you can go a lot of different places and people will be stingy and require like the greatest things, but these people were just happy for a pair of shoes. So it was pretty amazing to see. The experience not only like exposed me to the different knowledge of different lifestyles and the different outlooks on life, but it also exposed me to the amount of work that no one believes would have to go into something like that. But the organization had so many people constantly going in and out. And I think at one point, one day, there were like 50 volunteers, and it was just chaotic. But we got everything done, and I didn't realize how much work actually went into taking care of what needed to be done in the organization itself. So basically, the staff would just point you in the direction of where you needed to go. So every task that I had to complete, it was told to me to do by the staff, and each of the volunteers did something different or something together. It just kind of depended on the day and what was needed and everything like that. So basically, the donations that came in needed to be checked for quality, and if they didn't meet the standards, they went to ARC, because they have like a partnership with ARC where if they don't meet their standards, they go to ARC and it still goes to a good cause. So it's great to have that. The things that were passed through the requirements, they were separated into separate little categories like household appliances, stuff like that, clothes, shoes, anything really. For example, though, clothes were hung once separated, and each step just led into another. So basically with the clothes, they would be separated into different sizes, and then they'd be hung up and then resized again just to make sure that they were the correct size, which is really important because once they're sized, they go out into the store, they call it, where all the families get to choose whatever they want out of all of the stuff that they have. So they basically, it's just a giant room that they call the store. And it's just a great place for people to go in. And after spending my time there and after going over it for this assignment, I was able to see all the connections that a Precious Child had into what we were learning about in class. And so basically, the steps that needed to be taken in order to make the process go smoothly made me kind of think of all the different theories and theorists, and how the theorists believed that if each step wasn't followed, the development wouldn't go through smoothly, and so then the person wouldn't be developed properly. And the first theorist that came to mind was Erik Erikson, and he had 8 stages of psychosocial development. And so basically, I believed that his first step, which was trust versus mistrust, related mostly to working at a Precious Child, because basically he believed that without the proper tools and food and everything, the child will not trust their environment and the people around them and everything like that. So then they'll have damage, like emotionally and everything like that, that makes their development go back instead of forward. And so I saw that because each family went in and were asking for all of the stuff that they needed, but just to live a healthy and stable life, like not even anything that was just like a want, it was all just needs. And so I saw that because all the children would all ask what they wanted and everything like that, and so they were happy once they got what they needed. And so it was a positive reinforcement of trust, not the mistrust side. And then I did a little bit extra research outside of what we learned in class, and I did John Bowlby's The Attachment Theory, and I thought his outlook was interesting about how children need to have connections to people in order to develop. And I thought that was pretty interesting because I've seen it throughout all stages of life, not just children, but at a Precious Child, families came in with all the kids, and they were with their caregiver or their parents or whoever it was, and they were obviously connected to them and happy and everything like that. And I feel like if that connection wasn't there, then the development would be pushed back and it just wouldn't end in a good result, basically. So basically, I just learned a whole bunch of stuff about how the class relates to my hours there, and it was a great opportunity, and I plan to use what I've learned in the future for my own development and my own life and just make as healthy of a life as possible and hopefully just spread the word and help other people as well. Thank you.